A famous cathedral goes up in flames, and the world watches in shock. But when the smoke cleared, something unbelievable appeared beneath the ashes. What if a disaster didn't just destroy history, but uncovered it instead? The fire at Notre-Dame nearly erased a symbol of Paris, yet it revealed secrets that stunned scientists and historians alike. On April 15, 2019, the world froze as fire swallowed one of the most famous buildings on Earth, Notre-Dame Cathedral in Paris. Flames climbed high into the sky, tearing through the wooden roof and collapsing the tall spire that had stood for centuries. Millions of people watched live, fearing they were seeing the end of a global treasure. The fire began in the evening and burned well into the night. Thick smoke filled the air as firefighters rushed in, risking their lives to save the structure. By morning, the damage was clear. The roof was mostly gone. The spire had fallen. Yet against all odds, the main stone structure survived. Priceless artwork, relics, and stained glass windows were saved at the last moment. It felt like a miracle. But what no one expected was that the fire would open the door to discoveries hidden for hundreds and even thousands of years. Once the flames were out and the area was safe, restoration teams moved in. Along with architects and builders, a group of around 50 archaeologists began carefully studying the damaged areas. They were not just there to fix Notre Dame, but to learn from it. And that's when history started speaking. Beneath parts of the cathedral, scientists found ancient objects dating back over 2,000 years. These were items no one knew existed, sealed away long before modern Paris was even imagined. Among the most surprising discoveries were two large lead coffins, also called sarcophagi. Lead coffins were rare and expensive. Only wealthy and important people could afford them, especially in earlier centuries. Because lead can preserve a body better than wood, scientists had to wear special protective suits when opening them. Inside the first coffin, they found the remains of a man whose identity was quickly revealed. An inscription on the coffin gave his name and details. He lived in the 18th century and was clearly a man of great wealth, but his bones told a different story. Even though he was rich, his body showed signs of a hard and painful life. Scientists noticed damage in his joints, especially his knees. This pointed to a condition called gout. Gout causes severe pain and swelling, making it very difficult to walk. From the bones alone, researchers could tell this man likely struggled with movement for many years. Money could not cure his illness, but it did allow him to leave a lasting mark. Historical records show that this man, named Antoine, helped pay for parts of Notre Dame's choir. He also ordered artworks that later ended up in the Louvre Museum. Even in pain, he used his wealth to shape history. The second coffin was far more mysterious. At first, there was no inscription, no name, no clear identity. Scientists studied the bones closely to uncover clues. They determined the man was between 25 and 40 years old when he died. His skeleton showed signs of strong leg muscles, suggesting he rode horses often, likely from a young age. But there were troubling signs too. Many of his teeth were missing before death, which was unusual for someone his age. His bones showed signs of long-term health problems. Even more curious was the shape of his skull. It appeared slightly altered, possibly from wearing a tight headband during childhood. This was sometimes done for cultural or medical reasons. After months of research, scientists proposed a surprising theory. They believed this man could be Joachim du Bellay, a famous French poet who lived between 1522 and 1560. Historical records describe him as a skilled horse rider who suffered from lung illness and poor health. But one question remained unanswered. Why would a poet who was not a church leader be buried inside a cathedral? His family reportedly wanted him buried near his uncle in a side chapel. Instead, his remains were found beneath Notre Dame itself. Researchers think his burial may have been meant as temporary and later became permanent. Another idea is that his coffin was moved after his works became famous. Only DNA testing could confirm his identity, but for now the mystery remains unsolved. The fire didn't just reveal hidden burials, it also helped solve one of Notre Dame's greatest architectural puzzles. For centuries, people wondered how the cathedral's thin stone walls could support such a massive vaulted ceiling. When Notre Dame was completed, it was the tallest building in the world since the Great Pyramid. The ceiling reached about 105 feet high, as tall as a 10-story building. After the fire damaged parts of the walls, researchers finally saw the answer. Hidden inside the stone were thousands of iron staples. Each one measured between 8 and 20 inches long and weighed several pounds. These iron pieces acted like a secret skeleton, holding the stone blocks together. Before this discovery, experts believed medieval builders mainly used wooden supports, but wood weakens over time. Iron, on the other hand, is much stronger and more durable. The builders of Notre-Dame were far ahead of their time. By hiding iron inside the walls, they made the cathedral stronger without changing its appearance. Other churches later copied this method. What looked like magic was actually brilliant engineering. Notre-Dame had faced danger long before the 2019 fire. In the 19th century, many Parisians grew tired of Gothic architecture. Some even signed a petition calling for the cathedral to be demolished. It was seen as old-fashioned and unnecessary. Then one man changed everything. Writer Victor Hugo, who deeply loved architecture, wrote a novel called The Hunchback of Notre-Dame. The book became wildly popular. Readers around the world fell in love with the cathedral through Hugo's words. Public opinion shifted overnight. Instead of tearing Notre-Dame down, people wanted to save it. Restoration began, and the cathedral was given new life. Craftspeople repaired damaged parts and added new features, including a massive spire weighing 750 tons, copper statues, and 56 stone creatures known as chimeras. Many people think the famous gargoyles were part of the original design, but they weren't. Construction of Notre-Dame took nearly 200 years. During that time, Gothic style evolved and gargoyles became popular. These stone creatures weren't just decorative. They had an important job. Gargoyles acted as water channels, guiding rain away from the walls and foundation. This prevented erosion and helped the cathedral survive centuries of harsh weather. But Notre Dame holds mysteries beyond bones and stone. In 1926, a book titled The Mystery of the Cathedrals claimed that hidden symbols of alchemy were carved into the walls of Notre Dame. Alchemy, an ancient practice often linked to magic, aimed to turn metal into gold and discover eternal life. While alchemy isn't considered real science today, many art experts agree that Notre Dame contains deep symbolic messages. On the North Tower, there is a stone carving of a man who is not a saint. He wears a special hat linked to secret knowledge groups known as Hermeticists. This suggests hidden wisdom carved into the cathedral itself. At the main entrance, called the Portal of the Last Judgment, carvings appear to show stages of alchemical transformation. One figure holds a ladder with 9 steps, known as the Ladder of the Philosopher. Each step represents a stage toward enlightenment. Other carvings show symbols linked to Hermes, Mercury, and transformation. An eagle carved into the stone points in a specific direction, which some believe hints at a hidden secret. Even the iron doors of Notre Dame have legends. The iron designs were so complex that people in the Middle Ages couldn't believe a human made them. According to legend, a young metalworker named Biscorn spent months crafting them. The designs were so detailed that rumors spread, claiming he made a deal with dark forces. His name, meaning 2 horns, only fueled the stories. Not long after finishing the doors, Biscorn died. Many believe the rumors were true, though historians say stress and exhaustion were the real cause. Today, Notre Dame stands once again, scarred but stronger. The fire that nearly destroyed it also revealed hidden burials, advanced engineering, forgotten history, and symbols that still spark debate. What seemed like pure tragedy became a gateway to discovery. Sometimes history hides its secrets until the moment everything changes. Notre Dame's fire shocked the world, but it also reminded us that history is layered, fragile, and full of surprises. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden secrets, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from the past. History still has many secrets left to tell.